All right, we are live, everybody. Welcome to WMML, Wednesday, 26 April, 2023. Got Patriotic Stacker on the line with me. How you doing, buddy?
What you doing, bro?
Same old, same old.
Fucking
Same
Joey.
old. Let me mute this thing. All right.
Were you muted?
Jim just said the Pledge of Allegiance.
That's
Hell
right.
yeah.
That's right.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's my shed right there.
Yep. JK. We got JK, Silverstruck, Jim Thompson. Who else? I think there was somebody else in here. We'll give him a few more minutes, not long, because we're going to try and keep to the hour. Yeah, Eli in here. He was the first one in here. We got 6. We'll give it just a few more minutes, guys. How's everybody doing tonight?
What's
Lauren
up, guys?
Stern. How you doing, Lauren?
Jim Thompson, JK, Silverstruck, some good people. Eli.
Yep. Got a damn good show for y'all
Low
tonight.
on Stern.
Damn good show.
Yeah.
SF Stacker, how you doing?
SF Stacker. Hear them geese?
Damn good show.
Damn good show. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like my cup?
Which?
Halloween, baby. It's my wife's.
I was going to say, that's probably, I would say that's probably hers, right?
Yeah. Man, these fucking geese don't let up.
No.
But I'd rather hear them than the kids.
All right, we'll give it, I got 8:07. We'll give it to 8:09, and then we're kicking it off.
Well, we do a little gaw or something.
You want to do a gaw?
Do a dime or something while we're waiting.
Yeah, dime. We got what? We got like 6, 7, 8 people in here.
Yeah, do like 1 through 10. Pick a number. You write it. I ain't got a pen, but I'll give away the dime.
All right, so we'll do a quick gaw while we're waiting on more folks to log on. We're not expecting too many. It's kind of a weird night. And we are off schedule because of me. But it is what it is.
Oh, what?
But yeah, let's do a quick giveaway. Number 1 through 10. I'm gonna write it down. Hang on. Let's do this one. All right, number 1 through 10. We got Yameo T and Mark Gottschall on. Sandy Nightingale. All right, number 1 through 10, guys. Give me 1 through 10. First one to say it wins it. You get a what is it? A Merc?
Rosie, Merc, whatever.
Rosie or Merc. All right, let it rip. First one to get it. Still no, nothing. No.
What's up, Siley?
All right, stop. Got it. Mark, you got it.
8.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Was Mark. That was Mark.
Mark, email me your address. My email's my name at gmail.com. So patrioticstacker@gmail.com.
Good job, buddy. The odds were good. It was only 1 to 10, and there was only a few people here, so easy gone. Easy
It's
gone.
been a long time since I did a little gaw like that. So screw it.
We'll incorporate a couple. We'll incorporate a couple as we maybe not in this show, but maybe the next one we'll give something decent away.
Well, we do the CMOM,
We do the community member of the month, so we got
that's our giveaway. But I don't mind giving away a few, some junk silver once in a while.
Absolutely. All right, so Mark, make sure you email Patriotic.
Again, it's my name, patrioticstacker@gmail.com.
Yepper. All right, guys, let's kick it off. We got this one is bugging me. This first topic is kind of bugging me, and the reason it's not related to stacking per se, but a lot of us are affected by it. A lot of stackers are affected by it. So let's talk about Washington State yesterday on Tuesday, the 25th of April. Governor signed 3 gun control bills into law First one was banning the sale on certain semi-auto rifles. Another one was imposing a 10-day waiting period on any firearms purchase, and one that cleared the way for lawsuits against gun makers and sellers in certain cases. So right now, the law prohibits future sales, distribution, and manufacturing of more than 50 types of guns, including the AR. And that's where a lot of us are affected, the AR and the AK, which makes sense. They're still referring to the AR as an assault rifle, even though we know better, right, Patriotic?
Yeah, no.
I mean, here's the thing. Constitutional, you called it. He is a punk. Here's the thing. I can do just as much damage, just as much with a pistol that I could with an AR. Just as much, if that were me. If I was an insane bastard and that was me, I could do just as much damage with a pistol that I could with an AR. Yet they go after the ARs.
That's what I never understood with, especially like, you know, obviously you have to take the extra step to get a pistol.
Yep.
But there's these pistols out there that you can, something that you can't see is more dangerous than something you can see. An AR, you can see that coming from a mile away.
Sure.
Because it's big. It's not humongous, but it's you can't stuff that in your pocket. You know what I mean?
No, and it's fairly compact for what it is when you think about it.
Yeah. And, you know, with a handgun, you can hide it anywhere. So people should be more worried about that than ARs.
Yeah, well,
It
they
makes
can't
no
get by the
sense.
fact that they call the AR stands for assault rifle. They can't get by it. And of course, they're basing it on the last case where that kid bought an AR and he went and shot up the, he killed, well, I forget how many he killed. What was it, 3, 4? But, once again, are you really taking guns out of the hands of criminals, or are you taking them out of the hands of the people who earn the right to carry them? That's where the law is just kind of weird.
Yeah.
So anyway, it doesn't apply to us in North Carolina. You're on the list up in New York.
Oh, I'm surprised. Well, did I tell you? The other day I was at Dick's Sporting Goods. And, we go there once in a while. I go there to buy like the Carhartt and Under Armour clothes and stuff. And once in a while, they got cool things there. But is it my go-to sporting goods store? Hell no. But I was there one day, and I was like, you know what? Let me pick up some more 223. And I usually buy a lot of it. And the last time I bought 223 besides this time at Dick's it must have been before September of 2022. So I was like, you know what? It's been a while since I bought some. Let me go and I was gonna buy a few boxes, but they said, it was $18 a piece. I was like, man, that's crazy. I'm usually getting them for a box of 20 for $10.
I get 5.56 right at 13.
Yeah. So I get about 223s for about 10, $11 for a box of 20. Well, anyways, he already pulled out the box. I said, you know what? I'll just take 2. At least I'm getting some, ammo. And then he said, oh, can I get your license? And then he pulls out this logbook. He had to write down how many bullets. And they were taking number of your bullets like you're in the military. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the hell? When did this happen? Oh, yeah, we got to take log of ammunition now.
Well, I think they're looking for people who mass buy, and they just have to include everybody in it.
But I'm just saying, regardless if you mass buy or not. So what if you mass buy? I buy a lot.
You're a suspect. If you're mass buying 223s, you're a suspect. Who are you kidding?
Oh, yeah, of course. And it shouldn't be looked at that way.
Exactly.
Maybe people like to go target practicing. Maybe people just like to be, like to have that peace of mind.
Yeah. But here's where the fine line comes in with this law. It doesn't affect those who presently owned ARs before the law went into place.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if you
it's
had an
grandfather.
AR, you're okay. But here's the thing. How do you prove? You're going to have to prove ownership. I mean, you have to save your receipt from how many years ago? We don't register AK. We don't register ARs here in North Carolina. You go through a process, bam. And I'm sure it's getting recorded somewhere, but it's not like a pistol. When I buy a pistol, I've got to show my permit. I got to do this. I got to do that. We got to go through everything. All you're doing here is a quick background check and boom, you're done.
I don't know if this applies to the other states. But in New York, I also found out when I was buying those boxes at Dick's Sporting Goods that in September they also passed a law. If you're going to buy a semi-automatic rifle, you have to have a license.
Yeah, well,
Unless
they
you,
checked they did check my carry conceal. They had to take that.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now you have to have a carry concealed license, and it's an extra thing they put on it for semi-automatic rifles. But hear this, shotguns is fine. So I can buy a 1301, the best tactical shotgun we can buy, which is a Beretta that can shoot, as quick as you pull that trigger, and it's a shotgun. That's fine, right? But they feel that an AR in New York that you're only limited to 10-round mag is much, is not as bad. Like, that Beretta 1301 can do way more damage. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But you don't need
yeah,
nothing special for that. That's fine. Their
yeah,
laws are so backwards.
yeah. It's insane. Now, I don't know. I pretty much know where everybody's from in here, but the laws, the previous states that have passed these bans against semi-auto, California, there's a shock. There's a shock. California, Hawaii, Illinois, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Mass, Delaware, District of Columbia. Those are right now. Those are the states that have put bans and laws against semi-automatics. Um, and when they pass this stuff, they're still referring to them as assault rifles. It's just the idiot governor up there in Washington State. He was like, "These were made for killing people. That's all they were made for, and doing it quickly." And I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, you know what? You go into a combat situation with just an AR. Let me know how you do. Let me know. Because
Yeah.
the bad guys are carrying something a lot better.
Well, no, exactly. Like if we were invaded, you know what I mean? They're going to be carrying an AK-47 or whatever the hell they're carrying. They're going to be carrying automatic weapons. But yeah, so they're comparing the AR to an assault rifle, like a military grade weapon, but it's not. Now, granted, for us civilians, like God forbid, an invading force came into our country, and we had to, kind of help out. Damn well, if an invading force came here, we're not just going to sit back. Us gun owners, we're going to have some fun. And my go-to gun for that would obviously be the AR, because that's the closest thing we can get. But at the same time, it's so far away from military-grade weapons at the same time. So,
Yep. Yep.
but it's just like Silverstruck said, it looks the part, so that's why they do it.
Yeah. Well, they take mil spec and they think, oh, that's for the military. No, it's not. Some parts are mil spec, military specified. That's it. The comparison stops there. End of story. It stops there.
What's up,
And
Trident? What's up, Spokane? What's
yeah,
up,
I
Jim?
saw spammed in it. Spam, M2 Trident.
Ricky's House of Crap. Constitutional
Yeah, we
Snatcher.
got Judith and Dan are here. Constitutional's here.
Jump Snatcher.
Spokane. Didn't see you check in. What's up, buddy?
Spokey. What's up, man? But it's crazy.
I got a good little crowd here tonight. Appreciate you guys being here.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I was amazed when they said
But yeah, so that's the latest on. And like I said, does that apply to stacking golden? No, it doesn't. But I think the majority of us in here can relate to this topic, and I kind of wanted to bring it up today. So that was topic number
well,
one.
you got to look at it this way. If they're going to take away, our guns, what makes our stack any safer? Yeah, I mean, and guns are a big thing we use to protect our stacks.
It's huge,
And
and
it's
I
you can't
actually
be a
took I
stacker and
actually
not own
took I took 2 weeks off of stacking silver. You know this. We already talked about it. I
guns.
took 2 weeks off of stacking silver to stack rifles and ammo because I'm just concerned at the point where they're going to say, "Hey, you had your chance. Now you guys can't buy this stuff anymore." So, I've got pistols, I've got shotguns, and now, I've got the AR, and I think I'm going to buy more just to have them.
Oh yeah, you gotta. I didn't stop at one.
No, I
I
sure
didn't
didn't.
stop at one.
I've got an arsenal here.
No, I'm saying with ARs.
Oh no, I'll probably buy at least 2 more ARs before they
Yeah,
go kaput in North
I
Carolina.
have 4. But
Yeah, I'm gonna have at least 3.
I didn't stop because I'm like, you know what? God forbid one breaks and I can't get the parts to fix it because our state wants to be all woke. I want to have extra ones. You know what I mean? And plus,
Mm-hmm.
that's the same gun no matter how you look at it, depending on the brand. It's just some brands might be better than others.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
so you get like your starter up ARs, your mid grade ARs, and your top of the line ARs. And if you want to go crazy, you can get one custom built the way you like it.
Well, that's going to be my next step. I think I'm going to custom build one. I'm going to do my own.
Yeah, because that can cost upwards if you can put a lot of money into it.
That's okay. At least I'll know what's in it.
Oh, exactly. I know a guy that just put about $10,000 into
Well,
his.
I'm not spending that much on a single AR.
Oh
But
no, he went crazy. This guy, but
I
it
want to
looks.
go ahead and I actually want to learn. I know how to break down an AR right down to the friggin' washers. I mean, the M16 was very similar, so it's not that different. The one I bought is very similar to the M16s that I carried. So it's not hard to do, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. And I told you I bought from a company in North Carolina. I wanted to support a local. This is Delton in North Carolina. They're kind of an entry level AR, right around $500-600. They're not crazy expensive, but they get good reviews. They shoot smooth, no problems. I added some nice stuff to it. We're good to go. But we'll see how long we can actually buy them for. We just don't know.
Yeah.
So 11 states are on the board. 11 said, nope, your ARs can stay out of the state. Now, imagine the dealers who got all this stock. Can you imagine?
Oh yeah.
They've got all these ARs on the shelf that they can't sell. I don't know if they can sell them on the internet, out of state. There's got to be some kind of.
The internet's they're so. I don't like buying guns off the internet because it's hectic. Especially if it's coming out of state, it needs to be shipped to a gun store. It's
insane. It's insane.
Bullshit. It's bullshit. I go to this gun store by me. It's called Smoke Wagon Firearms. Outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yep.
They're on Instagram. They're on Facebook. You should check them out. And I believe they ship. But oh, dude, the people are great. And not only do they sell guns and stuff, they sell safes also. Anything from gun safes to your jeweler safes.
Yep.
Well, I brands, but
well, like I told you, I just paid taxes. That was well in advance of $4,000 this year, and I bought some weapons. So stacking has been zero the last 2 weeks, but I'm breaking that streak tomorrow. I'm actually going to the LCS. So we're back, baby. We're back.
Yeah.
But keep an eye on your states, folks. These guys have some grandiose ideas of what control is and what's going to help and what's not. It's just a shame. And in the meantime, all the bad guys are running around with basically whatever the hell they want. Because they don't stick to laws or standards or bills or anything. It's insane.
They'll get theirs. Don't you worry.
Oh, of course. Of course. But like a bunch of people have said here in the chat, that damn unfortunate boating accident. Holy hell, it happens every time.
If someone came knocking on my doors, they'd be looking down a barrel.
So if I come knocking on your door, I better come with heat.
Well, people I know, obviously not, or family, but if someone comes knocking on my door, with a suit, a little name tag, and they got some freaking wires around their ear, or a badge, if I didn't call that person with the badge, they're going to look down one of my guns.
Who else we got? We had some new folks in here. I saw Sandy Nightingale. Eli used to be from North Carolina. I'm in Central. I'm southeast of Raleigh.
You hear
Copper Mutant in the house. Slyly. You hear what?
Constitutional Stacker says, I only got 70 to 86 subscribers since March. That's fucking good, man.
That's still good.
That's good, dude. That's good. There's some guys that been doing YouTube for 4 or 5 years, man, and they're lucky if they get 5
I'm gonna be honest with you.
a
The
month.
one time when I got started, when I logged in and I saw I actually had a subscriber, I was like, holy shit!
Yeah,
I got one. Somebody subscribed.
and good luck on that good video earlier. Constitutional Stacker. It seems like it did some good on the views there. I seen you got in a rut there. You were in a rut for quite a bit, but it's
Happens to
good.
us all.
Oh yeah, that video pulled him out. That's for sure.
Happens to us all.
Yeah.
All right, so
I can't believe, dude, that I've been on this streak with views. Like, it's amazing.
yeah, mine
It's
are
been
hit or miss.
a
Mine
month.
do pretty. I have some that do really well, and others that, and it's all good. I mean, I don't. It's great if it hits. It doesn't matter to me if it doesn't. It is what it is.
Yeah. Oh no, exactly. But
But you put a lot of time in editing and all this other crap into a video, and to see it bomb, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, hey, that's YouTube.
yeah, because I gotta. So far, it's been a month, and I'm like at 13 or 14 videos back to back.
Mm-hmm.
With my average is like 1.5 to 11,000, and I've never had those views like that before. So it's definitely new. It's interesting. It's fun.
Well, you've been working for it, dude. You waited a long
Oh,
time. I'm
well,
happy for you.
hell yeah, man. It's been at this for how long now? Almost 2 years. We
Almost
started
2 years.
time.
We were about the same time starting. Yeah.
Yeah. But I want to touch base. It's a question for the chat here. How many people in the chat buys metals with credit cards? Put a 1 if you buy metals with credit cards. Put a 2 if you don't. I want to see what people
Should
think.
be an interesting response. Of course, everybody's like, "Oh, credit cards.
No!
Don't do it." Oh, Spokane says, "Hell no." TNT says no. Silverstruck does it. Slyly says nope. Ricky's House of Crap, no.
Okay.
Lauren
So,
doesn't. Jim
so
Thompson, no.
the majority says no. Now,
Yep,
hear
that's what
me
it
out.
looks like.
Hear
Magical
me.
Giraffe.
Hear me out. So we all know debit cards, checks. We can use them all day. And we don't get no cash back. We don't get no rewards. We don't get no points. We don't get nothing back. And plus, you're risking a higher chance, especially with a debit card or, a bank wire of you're getting hacked. You're putting your info out there, right? So when I buy online, all I use is credit cards. And I'll tell you why. Yes, I pay the extra $10, per 10, like say there's a 10-ounce bar for check. It's $2.70, right? 10-ounce bar credit card, it's $10. So yeah, quite a bit. It doesn't seem like much, but it's quite a bit. But I get those points, those rewards, those miles. I end up getting, more than that 10. I come out on top. And I'm building my credit. So, that's why I use credit. And plus, I don't have to wait 2 weeks for them to ship out metals. I'm impatient, so I can't wait.
Yeah,
So there's
I'm an instant gratification kind of guy when it comes to metals.
and there's this big problem with credit cards in our community. And yes, it is a terrible thing if you don't know how to use them, if you don't pay off your monthly balance. So if you're going to use your credit card to buy metals, make sure, say you're going to buy an ounce of gold, it's $2,000. Make sure you have $10,000 in your bank to cover it on top of other expenses. Now, if you only have $2,000 and what you've paid on your credit card is $2,000, you only have enough to pay for that and you have no money after the fact. No. Make sure you have the money. Pay off your monthly balance, not minimums, especially with metals. Don't pay the minimums. Don't pay partly. Pay the whole thing because you don't want to get hit with interest unless you have one of those cards that, oh, no interest for 6 months or something like that. But if you use credit cards right and you have a good credit card that offers 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, miles per dollar, points per dollar, it ends up being better. And not only that, you're building your credit. Even if you have good credit, you're still, you're still getting money. You're still keeping your credit in good standing. I'm a firm believer of using credit cards online. And you are too, right? We've had this conversation.
Yeah, we've talked about this, but only if I pay before the end of the month, before the interest kicks in, because otherwise it's not worth it. You're losing money.
Exactly. You got
You're
to pay
losing
off.
money if you don't have the money to pay it off. Here's the thing:
Exactly.
we shouldn't even be in metals if we have major debt anyway. To be quite honest,
Exactly.
because if you're paying the minimum on a bunch of credit cards each month, you're doing great by putting metals away, but you're getting eaten alive by freaking finance charges. You're losing money. That money could be going to metals, which is what I do. I take the rewards, I pay it off, get the rewards, and I eventually put it towards more metals. It's a simple concept if you can manage it.
Exactly. And if you know how to work a credit card, it can do you wonders. Now, when I first started in this community, it was like the worst thing you could do, right? Oh, you're paying for that extra fee, blah, blah, blah. And really, the fee is not that much. If you're going on AppMex, yeah, you're going to get hammered because AppMex is just expensive. But the fee is not that much, especially if you have a good credit card that gives you back points and rewards and miles and all that stuff. But as long as you pay that monthly balance, whatever it is, even if it's $100 or $10,000, make sure you have the money to pay it off. It's the best way to do it. And it's the safest way to buy metals too. Yes, people will say, oh, they can track it. It's a paper trail. Well, same thing as a bank check, same thing as a bank wire. That's all trackable. The only way you're not, it's if you're going to buy metals and you don't want it tracked, then you better go to your local coin shop and hope that there's loopholes and you can pay in cash. Other than that, everything's got a paper trail to it unless you pay cash. So
Well, that's what everybody's concern was with CBDCs. They're going to track me. They're going to know what I'm buying. Look, dude, they've known what you've been buying for years. If you
yeah,
use
unless
debit, you use debit or credit, they've known what you're buying. They know. And if you think they can't just freeze your bank account right now, try owing federal taxes or state taxes. Watch what happens.
yeah,
They will freeze your stuff and take whatever the hell they want.
TNT says the 2% kickback doesn't cover the 4% fees. Well, you don't have a good credit card, and I don't think it's 4% fees on each site. The fees is not that far off from the regular, especially if you go on Great Lake Coins or Liberty Coin Co. Like, there's not much of a difference at all. You know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion and buying how they want to buy their metals, but it's worked out great for me. It's worked out great for you, and I'm just trying to get that whole people against it. You know what I mean? The only reason I can see you're against it is if you don't know how to manage a credit card. You know what I mean? If you don't trust yourself to pay it. But
Yeah,
I think
well,
it's a great
normally I just pull out some cash when I go to the LCS.
the local coin shop's different. That's all cash.
Yeah, but I'm online. I'm using credit card and I'm paying it off
Online,
instantly.
all credit card. I use credit card online. When I go to my local coin shop, it's always cash. Always cash. If I'm buying from like peer to peer, like I'm on Facebook, or if I buy from you, I use Zelle, Cash App, um, PayPal. I don't use credit then. You know, I just transfer from the bank or whatever. Or
Yeah.
if I have it in the balance on Cash App or whatever, I'll use those. But bullion sites, credit card. I don't have to wait. I'm building my credit. I'm getting money back and points back. And if something gets lost in the mail and I use my credit card, I can dispute the charge and get the money back right away. And I don't have to worry about no one hacking my crap. And if they do hack it, I call my credit card company. They fix it. Because, you know, if you're putting your debit card information out there, your check information out there online, it's not safe. People get hit. You're going to get hit at least a few times in your lifetime. Have you ever gotten hit yet on your debit card or your bank?
For fraud?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. It happens. And
Matter of
how
fact, it's I've been sitting on the couch watching TV and I get an alert on my phone saying purchase in Tucson, Arizona for $2.15. And I'm like, okay. And I know right away what that is. That's the feeler. They're testing your number to see if it works. And then right after that, you may as well just expect it. Here comes the $100, $200, $300 purchase. But the deal is, it tells you what store. I actually looked up the store, got the number, and called them the minute that $2 came in, and they were actually able to apprehend that person.
Yeah. Oh no, exactly. Like the banks, like if you use your debit card, And there's people out there like these hackers, and all day their job is guessing numbers, and eventually they hit something, and they start draining your money, or they'll use that card number and start buying stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So through your bank, unless you have like a bank that like a credit bank, but through your bank, it could take months to get your money back because they got to
Oh
do
yeah,
an
for sure.
investigation, blah blah blah. Now, if
My
my
bank's been
discovery,
pretty good though. I think within 10 business days, I've been compensated.
see, that's good.
That,
If they do it
that's
that
not
quick,
bad.
then
That's
that's
not
not
bad.
bad at all. But I've gotten hit, and I've waited 3 months.
No, screw that. I'm with a
Yeah,
good. I'm with a great credit union. I've
yeah.
been with Navy Federal
Well, yeah,
since I was stationed in Japan. When I was still in the
yeah.
military when I opened that account.
But like my cards, American Express, call them up, they handle it right away.
Oh, absolutely.
Discover handles it right away. Capital One handles it right away. Like, it's no worries. You don't have to pay it. Let's take it off, and they re-upload your balance because they know how the hell is he going to make a purchase when he's in New York and that just happened in California, you know?
Yep. We
But
got a few new additions here. Big shout out to AG Stacker in the house. Looks like Mrs. Coin Crew has checked in. How you doing tonight? HD in the house. What's up, buddy? Appreciate you guys coming out to see and visiting with us tonight. But yeah, looks like silver's hanging in there at 25. Gold is where's gold tonight? Still 2000? Yeah, gold is hanging on just above 2000. Silver's at 25.18. And looks like the coin shops, the LCSs are starting just a smidge to start and recover. They're just starting to get more stock in. I know mine called me today. He got a ton of stuff in. So it looks like we're starting to recover from that little demand period there.
yeah, the hype's kind of down now because it's hasn't gone up more. It's just been sitting. Like I said, it's been holding at that 25 mark with silver. Gold's been holding at that 2000. I think silver's holding a little better than gold.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with silver, it doesn't want to move. It doesn't want to go down. It doesn't want to go up. And
I've seen it dip at 24 something, but it hasn't lasted.
Yeah.
It hasn't lasted.
Yeah.
I'm still calling it. Before summer, there's going to be a much lower dip.
Oh, I think we might see it soon. I think so. It could happen. Absolutely.
But where it goes after that, once it's meeting resistance at 25. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's definitely going to hold at 25. It might be the new level, but I think we're going to see a dip quite soon, I think, because, it's now, if you notice, it shoots up to 26, drops back to 25. It's struggling to get to 26, but it has shot up to 26, shoots back down to 25. And then it shoots to 24, it goes back up to 25. But you notice that 25, it's going lower and lower each day. Like, it's 25.18 I checked earlier today, and then it was 25.40 something yesterday. So it's definitely holding, but I think we're more likely to see a dip than it go like what Triple P says, it's going to hit 30 this year. Anything's possible, but it's really holding at that 25. So it's a big jump, especially
oh, I know. Slyly asked if I'm going to do a silver bulldog for SGT. Only if he sends me the silver, buddy. If he wants to send me 11 ounces of silver, I'll cast it for him. But yeah, he can probably, if he wants to spend the money on 10, 11 ounces, he can do it.
Silverstruck.
I'll cast it for him.
Silverstruck. See what your local coin shop's asking for junk silver. 90% junk silver. Next time you're there.
Crew just brought up a nice point. She said she got another 100-ounce bar today, first one ever. What are you guys' thoughts on the 100 ounces? I bought one. I bought one in the beginning of my journey, and I regretted having it almost from the day I brought it home. So I kept it for about maybe a year. I kept waiting for the best time. Even my LCS was like, I don't know. It'll just sit around. I don't know that I want it. But I managed to sell it peer-to-peer, and I got a good deal on it. But I won't go. I'm not going to do hundreds. I just won't do them. My absolute highest right now, and I don't even chase those, is a kilo. But my sweet spot is always the 10-ounce bars.
Same here. My 10 ounce is my favorite out of all of them. Well, first of all, I don't stack 1 ounce and 5 ounce bars. 10 ounce and kilos is what I stack, but 10 ounce are my favorite. Now, 100 ounces, yeah, I'll sit there and I'll buy 100 ounces online, right out of the gate.
I'll
But
buy 100 ounces, but divided.
100
I'd
bars,
rather buy 10 tens than
exactly.
100.
I'd rather buy. Yes, I'm paying more buying the 10 tens.
That's all
Yes,
right.
or than buying the 3 kilos, but they're more liquid. They're easier to offload. Like if you go to your local coin shop and you ask them, okay, I can give you a 100 buffaloes or 100 1 ounce rounds, or 10 ounce bars, or 3 kilo bars, or a 100 ounce bar. They're going to pick the smallest size, and then they're going to go up to 10 ounce, and then they'll go to kilo because they know they can. They're more likely to sell that as quick as possible. The 100 ounce bars, yeah, they will sell them. They will sell, because there are people out there that just like the 100 ounce bars. But it's hard to have that guy walk in there like, what's a 100 ounce bar now? Almost $3,000 an ounce. $3,000,
Sure.
$20. It's hard for someone to go in there and spend that. Plus, people look at it this way: if I'm going to spend $2,800 on a 100 ounce bar, I'll buy an ounce of gold, and I'll buy an ounce and a half of gold. Now I know a half ounce is a little more than $800-900, but they'll say, you know what, I'll buy an ounce and a half of gold, and that's my thinking too. Kilo is the biggest size I'll go. Now our 100 ounces are cool. They're
Oh, they're
awesome.
awesome. They're
They're
absolute,
awesome,
dude. They're awesome.
but they're just not, in my opinion, they're not the best bet. It's very hard to offload it and get the right price for it. And plus, that's if I've seen local coin shops turn them down because, hey, I'm going to be sitting
Yeah.
on.
Yep.
I
Mine wouldn't bite. He was
Yeah,
like, Neil, I'd love to help you out, but he goes, I don't want to sit on it.
yeah.
I don't want to sit on it.
Wasn't he going to offer you just spot or a little under if he was going to buy it? I remember you
He offered at the time. He offered spot, and I said no.
Mm-hmm.
And I just because I'm not going to lose money. I didn't buy it to lose money. I figured I could just go peer to peer and get at least what I got into it, and I did. Speaking of kilos, guys, you want to tune into my channel on Sunday. I'm doing a video on. I got some intel on the unicorn kilo bar from Scottsdale. You know what it is,
You never told
Patriotic.
me that.
I did. I just got some intel tonight about it.
From who?
So I through Scottsdale, I found a good source.
Oh,
So
good.
I've got a approximate run numbers. I've got a little bit of info on them.
How many months are we looking?
They don't know yet. They haven't. They won't confess that or the why. But I do have a little bit more info than we know. So that's going to hit Sunday. That's going to post Sunday at 1 p.m. So the Galaxy Kilo Bar, the unicorn. Be sure to check that out on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. I will say this, for the number of people that want it, we're going to have a lot of disappointed people. Seriously.
There's not many they're making, right?
Nope.
No.
And wait till you hear the number.
I think it's under. I think it's 5,000 or under.
Wait till you hear the number, dude. I'll talk to you after we go off.
Yeah.
It's people are going to be a little bit upset. But it is what it is. I mean, I'd love to have it, but I am not going on the secondary for one. I can promise you, because those are going to be bought up within minutes, and they're going to be scalped like at double. I can
And
promise
you see in their description there, they said limited numbers.
Yep.
They didn't, so we knew it was going to be limited. But at the same time, someone asked, I looked on their Scottsdale, it was on Reddit. There was a post, and they responded, Scottsdale. And this was like before Christmas time. They said, 2 weeks after Christmas it'll be released. Bullshit. Never happened.
Mm-hmm.
But
then it was first of the year. Didn't happen.
Oh yeah. Never. Yeah. And the guy
yeah,
said,
HD, it is the Galaxy Bar we're talking about.
yeah. And the guy said, let me guess, it's going to be, $1,200-$1,300. And they're like, it's going to be a little more expensive than our regular premium bars, but not regular kilo bars, but not by much. We're looking around like the $900 range.
Well,
But
here's the thing. The whole process is based on a mistake. It wasn't even intentional.
Yeah, it's the blue when you poured silver, and somehow they enhanced it, or somehow they came out with a method to recreate it. But each time they said each bar will be different, obviously. But like, I notice when I'm pouring silver, sometimes I'll get those blue crystals, you know, and it happens, you know, like you can never like, okay, I'm going to make this bar with blue crystals. It's
Yep.
not that simple. So
Well,
they came out
you
with the thing.
remember some of my bulldog pours came out freaking red,
Yeah.
and it's all it has to do with temperature, cooling time, material that it's cooling in. There's so many variables. It's insane. Judith and Dan Davis, they're looking at the 10-ounce Magnificent Maple. That is absolutely amazing. That is fantastic. I love it.
What is
I
it?
hope
10-ounce
they're look
maple?
the 10-ounce Magnificent Maple. Look it up. It's freaking awesome.
What are they asking for that?
I
600?
don't know what they're asking anymore, but it wasn't cheap. I know that. That's a good one. That's a good one. But HD says it happens from overheating, and that's exactly what I figured it because
Yeah. Yeah.
I was running my furnace way too hot, and I'm sure that's part of the deal with the silver.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's some type of chemical process that happens doing it. You know, you'll see people all the time, you know, pouring out like bars and they'll come out like with blue crystals on it.
Anxious is in the house. How you doing, Anxious?
Hey, what's up, Anxious? Good to see you, man. Good
So
to
yeah,
see.
well, it's all good. So yeah, that'll be launching on Sunday. It's not a whole lot of information, but it's more than what I knew, at least. So I figured I'd drop a quick video on it for Sunday.
Judith and Dan Davis said cooling process and oxygen cause blue colors. See?
Yep. Variables.
They must have came up with a way because still, like, of doing, they probably done a few thousand bars, not much, but there's probably a few thousand. And they probably, you know, did it by mistake and they're like, all right, let's try to recreate it each time, you know, and they probably mastered it. Because let's be honest, the people at Scottsdale, they're outstanding. Like there's such a good private mint that countries go to them to make their coins.
Oh, the whole Eastern Caribbean, all 8 of the Eastern Caribbean nations use them.
Absolutely. And you know, they put out some beautiful stuff. And they have everything from bullion bars, your basic bars, low premium stuff, to your high end stuff. Like this year was outstanding for Scottsdale. You know, they put out
Scottsdale is one of the mints that they deliver. They do deliver. And they're as far as milk spotting, it happens on occasion with them, but it's not
bad.
It's really not prevalent at all. I mean, not stuff.
Bad.
All my Scottsdale stuff is clean, and I have a ton of it.
Yeah, absolutely. But like this year for Scottsdale, it was outstanding. You know, this whole thing, kilo bar. Now I can't judge it yet because it hasn't been out, but as I can see, it looks beautiful.
Sure.
They put out the 1/10 alien, the first 1/10 gold alien coin. It was the second in the series, but the first 1/10 in 1/10. They put out that what was it, cougar, cheetah, you know, the gorilla. They also put out those beautiful 10-ounce Archangel bars. And I remember a couple of years ago when they released the 1-ounce Archangel bars, they said I would definitely buy those if it was in a 10-ounce or kilo. And I'm hoping they would make a 10-ounce. And this year they made 10-ounce Archangel bars, and those are awesome.
Well, you know what my favorite stacker was late last year and into this year. What was it? Do you remember?
Britannia?
No. It was from Scottsdale.
Oh, Gibraltar.
Yes, Lady Justice. Man, I stacked the hell out of that one. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful design.
And it's weird because the first year, 2021, they did the Lady Gibraltar in 1/10 gold.
Yep.
This year was last year was lower mintage. They went up the mintage this year. No, I think it was opposite. But they're 1/10 coins, you know, they sell them at a really good price. And then all of a sudden, you know, people catch on. They realize that they're like, remember I bought that 1/10 alien coin from 190? I thought it was a mess up. And then shortly after, I looked up, make sure everything went through. They must have messed up, or they've released it for the first, 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden, went up. That's probably, like the Best Guard bar with AppMax. They do the same thing. Starts off at the first price, goes up. But I think they honestly made a mistake because it was pretty much spot price all said and done at that time.
Yeah. Either that or they were just creating. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
convinced of one of two things. Somebody either A, lost a job, or B, it was like a promotional thing that was scheduled
exactly.
to end at a certain time.
Well, by the end of the day, it was three and change. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
So it was awesome.
absolutely.
But yeah, the Scottsdale, they're great. They're my by
Yep.
far one of my favorite mints, and I'm happy too that Scottsdale also put back their cast bars into production this year because spring into summer last year they cut the production for their cast bars. So their 20-ounce Kit Kats or Kit Kat bars, their poured bars like their Wall Street poured bars, cast bars. They cut the production. They weren't making any more for the rest of that last year. And
Mhm.
then just a month ago, a few weeks ago, they started doing their cast bars again. So now their 20-ounce Kit Kats hit the market again. Um, their Wall Street bars hit the market again. And granted, there was Wall Street bars companies were selling, but that was leftover stock because Scottsdale cut their production of their cast bars for that short period of time, almost a
Mhm.
year. So yeah, but they're great.
Well, speaking of mints, everybody in the chat, type out your favorite mint. Scottsdale, Sunshine, whatever it is. Let us know let us know what your favorite is. Royal
Scott.
Canadian Mint.
Now, are we including vintage?
Yeah, you can include vintage.
Okay, so then Engelhart by far beats them all. That's my favorite. Are we talking private mints? Or are we talking like mints?
Yeah, everybody in the chat, type out your favorite mint. We got
Let's
Silverstruck with Germania. That's a good one.
Germania is one of my favorites too. But let's do it this way. Type in your favorite private mint, and then after we'll see what your favorite government mint is.
That'll work. Cut
Oh,
saw. That cut saw
that's
is private.
low premium silver, but they do put a lot of nice details on their stuff. Like I noticed
Sure
when
do.
I don't like Buffalo rounds. I don't like rounds at all. But if I were going to buy Buffalo rounds, cut saw Buffaloes are one of the ones I would buy if I were to buy Buffaloes.
Didn't they
But
mimic the background on the actual gold buffalo?
yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
Their Unity bars are beautiful. A lot of detail.
Yeah.
Sunshine, Jim Thompson said Sunshine. Sunshine's classic. Perth, Anxious Stacker said Perth Mint, outstanding mint. Their gold is beautiful. Um,
Yeah,
Spokane
their
with
gold is good. I got to say about Perth, the gold is out freaking standing. They put out some great gold,
and their
but
high,
they're silver, man. Especially those kangaroos. They're awful.
their
They're
junk,
awful. They
but their
are absolute garbage.
that's like so. I think they have different grades in their silver.
They
So they
do.
have
They do. And
like
I would melt kangaroos. That's
yeah,
how little I think of them.
they're like buffaloes to me.
Yep.
Kangaroo, Philharmonics, those are like buffaloes to me. I'll melt them, or I had them, I would melt them, and I would make some bars and sell them for higher premium. But I have to say that they're higher end silver. Like first of all, the Black Flag series,
That's
outstanding.
different. That's different. They were
You know,
limited and they were,
their
that was high. That was high end silver.
yeah, their kookaburras, their koalas, their swans. They put out some
Hmm.
great stuff. But they should do a 10-ounce bar. The Royal
Yep.
Mint does it. The Royal Canadian Mint does it. I'd love to see a Perth 10-ounce bar. They used to. They used to make 10-ounce poured bars, just like their Perth kilo bars. They used to
Hmm.
make 10-ounce poured bars. They still might make them, but I don't think we can get them in the States. I think they have them in obviously in Australia, but I could be wrong. But Perth Mint,
Sandy says she just bought 4 10-ounce Royal Canadian Mint bars. That's my second stacker, Sandy. Those are great. Those are awesome. The Royal Mint Britannias are my first stacker for 10 ounces.
yeah. See, with the Royal Mint, the Royal Canadian Mint, my go-to is their coins. I love their bars, but I there's so many other varieties of bars that I love. I do like the RCM bars, but they're just a little pricey, just like the Britannias for me. But I have seen the prices gone down quite a bit what they
Mm-hmm.
used to charge for them. But my go-to coins are RCM coins. And eventually when the premiums come down on Eagles, I'll be buying Eagles again because obviously, in my opinion, Eagles are the top. But
Yeah, well, since the premiums they're a little. I've bought very few Eagles in 2 years, but I've bought a ton of maples, an absolute ton of maples.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Maples are my favorite. They're my go-to.
maples are, man, they're the best of everything. They're more affordable
The
than the
security
Eagles.
features.
They got the mint shield going on them. They very
Yeah.
rarely spot.
Oh yeah, the mint shield,
They're
the security.
they're just about, as far as liquidity goes, they're
Oh, they're
damn
just
near as liquid as Eagles, if not the same.
absolutely, absolutely. That's why that was my choice. When Eagles got too crazy, I said, okay, I've stacked Eagles most of my stacking, my stacking life, since stacking metals. Now it's time to, switch it up. I'll buy maples. And I've bought maples before the fact, but I wasn't like hardcore into them. I started stacking maples like crazy 2 years ago. And they're awesome. They got everything. They got the whole package, especially from 2008 and onwards.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I love me some maples. I wish I could support my own country's bullion. I really do, and I
Oh,
do.
me too.
I have a ton of Eagles. I do. I have a bunch of Eagles, but I can't. I just cannot justify the premium for Eagles that I can't. When I can get maples cheaper.
Oh yeah,
I can't do it. I mean, I want the best of my stack, but let's be realistic. I also want weight, and I want reasonable weight.
yeah, exactly. Well, you've seen
So,
me. You cutting out.
no, I was saying, oh, who said to check out the Kinesis rounds? Who was that? I think it was Eli. Was it Eli? I don't know. I can't see it. Yeah, Eli says check out the Kinesis rounds. Yeah, I've seen it. They're nice, beautiful design. Beautiful design.
Yeah,
HD asks, is anyone selling their Eagles? Absolutely not.
I'm not
Any
selling
Eagle in
mine.
my stack stays in the stack. I'm not selling a single one.
I did sell my loose tubes outside my monster box.
Yeah, but you didn't
When
touch the main ones though.
no, I didn't touch. No, I sold them because I had a monster box full of them, and I had some
Mm-hmm.
loose tubes. Like, you know what? Let me sell 2 tubes. And what I got for that, so I sold 40 ounces, and what I sold them for, I added my 40 ounces back plus another 15 ounces.
Yeah.
No, it was
Oh, good.
close.
Good night, Silverstruck. By the way, sorry.
Thanks,
Thanks for
Silverstruck, for
stopping
coming
by,
on.
buddy. Appreciate you, man.
But yeah, no. If I had to pick my favorite mints, going by private mint, we'll start off with vintage, Engelhart for vintage, regular bullion, Germania, Scottsdale. There's a bunch of other ones, but for government, I would pick, if the premiums weren't high. For silver coins, Eagles would be my go-to. They always were up until premiums, but my go-to now for the last 2.5 years are maples.
Yeah, same.
Brits would be
Same.
my Brits would be my third.
Brits are
Well,
my second. Brits are my second, and that's
yep,
milk spotting aside.
that's it. That's the reason why, because of the milk spots. That's why it's my second choice.
Yeah,
Because
that's a shame on the Britannia because
they should do something with them. Like,
I wish they would. But see, here's the
they're
deal. That to me is the most advanced, most detailed, most protected design that's out there for any kind of bullion. It's
yeah,
just, to me, it's the bomb. It's awesome.
absolutely.
But
But
that
what?
milk spotting, the freaking Royal Mint, they just won't address it.
Oh no, it's terrible. And like I told you, that like the tubes I got this year, the Type 1s and the Type 2s, the edges are sharp.
Yep.
Like maples, you can rub your finger around the coin and you won't cut yourself. You do that with a Britannia, it's like the edges, like they don't even polish them down right or whatever. Like it's like, if it looks like it's like rushed. Like it feels like to me that they rush it.
Well, they
And
did. I mean, think about all the crap that they went through with the Queen passing, and
yeah,
they,
well, no, they definitely did it this year. They definitely did rush it. And like I said, they weren't gonna take all the coins that they already made for the new
mm-hmm.
year and throw them away or remelt them. They were going to release a Type 1 and a Type 2.
Yep.
And,
Um,
exactly what they did.
Judith and Dan Davis, he said, I want to find a tube of 80% Canada Goose dollars. Dude, those are amazing. I have a bunch of those. I have a bunch of the Canada Goose dollars. And let me tell you something. If you get them in good shape, It is so close to a proof finish. It is a beautiful 80% silver coin. Absolutely beautiful. Those are awesome. I've collected all of the 80% Canada stuff. Love it. Love it. And I got all the 50s too, and all the 925s.
Hey, good night, Siley.
Slyly, have a good one, brother. Appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, you know me. I've never been a fan of like anything less than 90%.
Well, here's what happened. I got bored. I got bored with stacking the same old, and I wanted something. The 50% silver, you can poo-poo it all you want, but it came in a great display box. There's history behind it. It's got the history of Canada and the stories of the coin. I mean, and I got them for dirt cheap. I didn't pay more than
Oh,
14, $15 for these things.
listen, you're not gonna explain to me, bro. Everyone stacks different. Everybody likes certain things, and at the end of the day, if you can get it cheap, it's silver. It's silver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now I would never melt those down. I would sell those for what they are, and that's collectibles. But yeah, I can't see melting them down. Not 50% silver.
But yeah, I like the lowest I go is 90%. That's like my thing.
Yep.
I love junk silver, man. 9% junk. Oh my god.
Well,
And
I
a premium.
showed you that. I showed you the proof Balboa that I picked up.
Oh, I love Balboas, but
Oh, Balboas they're outstanding.
they're 90%. I think they change purity towards the end, right? Then they go lower.
I think they went to Sterling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, or they went up or something. But yeah, the first Balboas were like identical to a Morgan.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were 90%. They were 90%. Yep.
Yeah, they were minted in Philadelphia.
Yep. And then they went to more limited series, like the one I got. That proof is limited. They only made so many of them. But that's if I'm not mistaken, I forget if it's 90 or 92.5. I forget. I think it's 90. I think it's 90. I
Give
don't
me a
think
minute.
it's Sterling.
I'm gonna say goodnight to my son here. Give me
Yeah,
one
go ahead.
second.
But for you guys in the chat, who's stacking Constitutional, and are you finding it? Are you guys actually finding any Constitutional out there? And Judith and Dan, yeah, I've seen the O Canada series. They're pretty nice. They're actually pretty nice. Libertads, Ricky. Yep. Love the Libertads. It's good stuff. Pricey, but good stuff. I would much rather have the older Libertads than the newer ones. To be quite honest, I think the older design on the Libertads was the better design. And they don't milk spot. They're not milk spotting. So, Jim, you're finding very limited amounts. Lauren, you're not seeing any. Eli, not below 26 face. My LCS has been out. He's been out. Absolutely sold out. Mark, you stopped at 18 face. I'm not paying 24. I'm with you. Ricky, you bought 350 dimes, 50 yesterday, $800. Yeah, this stuff has gone crazy. It's definitely gone crazy. But yeah, it's like I said, my LCS is just recharging. He called me up today and he told me he's got some stuff coming in. Yeah, Eli agreed. I love that. I love the print on the edge. Love it. I think it says Libertad and Independencia, if I remember correctly. I just did a video on Libertads. You think I'd remember that stuff? But yeah, my LCS is actually just now starting to recover. So it is what it is. Hopefully, we're seeing the end of that.
What I miss?
Nothing. We're just talking about Constitutional.
Yeah. Well, I remember I called it because I was at this was, I don't know, before all this craziness happened. It was like towards the end of 2022, but like fall time going into winter. I was at my local coin shop and I picked up quite a bit. It was when I filled up my Mercury dime box, my last Mercury dime box.
Yeah, yeah.
Phase. And he says premiums are coming down on 90%. And he
Well,
showed
I
me.
had to because it
Yeah.
shot up. I mean, everything was in correlation with the war in Ukraine, the friggin'
Oh, yeah.
banks. You know, it was all everybody. So everybody panicked, as it always
Well,
happens.
before the fact, the 90% people were getting it from anywhere from 20 to 24, depending where you bought it. So it was pricey. You know what I mean? It wasn't crazy, but it was pricey. You know, and a lot of people are like, I'm not buying it unless it's 20 or 21 is the most I'll pay. Well, it went from that to it was going down to 16. You know,
See,
from 19.
that's what I bought at 16,
Yeah,
17,
yeah, it was
18.
that. So you were getting mercury dime tubes, $5 phase tubes for $80. You were getting quarters for $185 and half dollars for $185. It was outstanding prices. And he called it, and I did a video on it saying, premiums, be prepared. The premiums are coming down on 90%. It'll be more reasonable again. And it was for quite a while. Like just before this whole hike in the price, Monument Metals was having an outstanding deal on 90%. It sold
Yeah,
out. We're going crazy. Well, now with the spike in spot price, yes, obviously it's going to climb. But nope, they tacked on that premium and then added more to it. Because now you can't buy a tube of half dollars online for less than $270.
yeah. Eli said Hero Bullion had 90% for 17 face 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, not that long ago.
I missed that.
Yeah, but now
I freaking missed that.
you're paying about $35 to $36, almost $40 per ounce on junk silver.
Yeah, and I'll be damned
You're
if I pay that much for 14 dimes.
Yep, you're paying for what Eagles are going for right now. It's crazy. And
14 dimes used to cost me less than probably right at 20 some odd dollars, 22, 23 for 14 dimes. I don't remember what I was paying, but it wasn't all that much.
Yeah. Yeah, Rosie Dime's 128 a roll. Merck's at 130. Like right there, what he just said, 120, 130. Right now, that's actually a good price because I'm seeing 150 online, 160. It's
31 face at AppMax, HD said.
that's not bad.
AppMax,
It's ridiculous.
Scrapmax.
So I have this AppMax. I have the bullion card. If anybody in the chat has the bullion card, just type a 1. And I haven't used it because I'm like, I'm gonna.
Can you use it anywhere else but there?
Yes, I can use.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
Visa signature card, so I can use it anywhere. I don't buy cards that I'm limited unless it's like the Home Depot or Lowe's card, or like Amazon. But I don't really like cards that are limited to one store. But it's a Visa signature, so I can use it anywhere. Get cash back on groceries and gas and all that fun stuff. Visa signature is a very good card, but I got it for the purpose. Oh, maybe get some better deals on AppMax. Maybe why not? It's cool. It's a fun concept, But every time I go to use it, I go on AppMax. The deals are ridiculous, and since it's an AppMax card, you shouldn't get charged credit price. They should. Why should they? If it's their own card, that you should be, it should have its own bracket. You know what I mean?
Well, you think there'd be
And,
some benefit to it.
yeah. No, I was literally gonna buy I don't know, a few 10-ounce bars, maybe some 90%, and I don't buy from AppMax. Only when there's a sale or like a certain release that I can't get anywhere. But I'm like, this card's pointless. I can't use it on AppMax at all. It's just too expensive. Their prices are ridiculous. There's no deal. And I also think you're limited to certain items or something.
Oh, I don't know.
But you get rewards back on buying gold and silver.
I'm not sure.
That was the whole purpose of the card. You spend, I think it was like $1,500 in the first month. You get so much money back.
Yeah.
Which is to do on AppMax. But it doesn't pay. I'll just use a regular credit card and go on Hero Bullion or Monument Metals and get a way better deal and still get it. So they got to really fix their system there if they're trying to, because they're really pushing that card. If you go on their site, there's like 5 or 6 different advertisements on the homepage. Apply for the bullion card now. Apply for the bullion card now.
I've seen it.
Yeah, and if anyone hasn't applied for one yet, just if you're gonna apply for it, use it for groceries or gas or something like that. It's
If
it's
that's the case, I don't even want I don't want the hard inquiry on my credit.
that's what I'm saying.
I have enough for that. I don't need
Don't get me
another
wrong.
one.
Visa signatures are very good. It's Visa signatures meant for good to very good to excellent credit. So it's a good card. There's good rewards and cash back and all that stuff. But
I'm good. I don't even need a hard inquiry. I'm good.
that's what I'm saying. It's for AppMex. They could have made it better. They could have put the price like if it's their own card, they shouldn't be charging it the same fee they do with your regular credit cards. It should have its own bracket. Obviously, it's not going to be as cheap as cash, but they should have its own bracket. Rewards should apply for everything that you buy on AppMex. You shouldn't be limited to certain purchases. I mean, you can buy anything, but you can only get certain rewards from certain purchases, I guess. They could have done a lot better with it, but whatever. That was a waste for me.
Yeah. Well, we have hit our hour. One more question to the chat, and we're going to close it out. I see Jim talking about Rosy Dimes and Mercuries and all that. If you guys had a choice of a roll of dimes, shut up. If you guys had a choice, would you pick Rosies or Mercs? Let me know in the chat, and I'll give you my reason why I would pick. I like Mercs, but there's a definite benefit to the Rosies if you're not aware of it.
More silver.
You get more silver. Yep. Mercuries are older. They tend to be a little bit more worn out. So if you want more bang for your buck, you're going to get the. Here's the thing: I don't want to spend that much money on something that looks like something I have and have spent since I was a little kid. It just, other than being silver, there's just nothing spectacular about a Rosie. But when you're talking about 90% silver, let's face it, most of the Rosies are in fantastic shape.
No,
they don't have the wear. You're going to get more weight.
Exactly.
But the Mercs, dude, man, that's my go-to. I cannot stay away from them.
Absolutely. And
stay away from them.
I agree with you there. I don't buy Rosies. I don't own Rosies. I had
I have plenty of Rosies. That's not my preference.
I had 4 tubes in my lifetime.
Yeah. Well, I bought Rosies when my guy was out of Mercs, basically.
No, I don't buy them unless, it's a crazy deal. And that was the reason why I had those 4 tubes. And I switched them off for Mercs.
Yep.
I have a boatload of Mercs. I have 4 boxes. That's 250 times 4. It's because there's 250 face value per guardhouse box. They're my go-to. And yes,
I love Mercs. Love them.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get a little more silver with the Rosies, most likely because they're newer. Don't get me wrong, you can get some slick Rosies, but you're gonna get more silver. But it's not much. It's not that much of a difference. Like you're losing maybe 0.1, 0.2%. It's not that big of a difference. And unless you're buying Cole Mercs, which I wouldn't recommend, just buy average circulated. You're not losing that much, but you're definitely getting more silver with the Rosies because less wear. But you also got to think too, like new Mercs have way more numismatic value. There's more errors. There's more key dates. There's certain things you can look for. You know what I mean? And just the design, it's beautiful.
Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, Mercury spanned 2 world wars, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, 1916. Well, World War I started in 1914, but it was introduced in 1916. So the last 2 years of World War I, and then all the way up until 1945, and World War II started in 39 and ended in 45.
Yep.
So yeah, 2 world wars, absolutely.
Yep, that's crazy.
And that's the same thing too, like with half dollars.
Oh yeah. No, I love my walkers. I love walkers. Barbers, I'm not a fan of because they cost more and then they're hard to find in great shape.
They're slick. Yeah.
They are slick, boy. These are silver hockey pucks most of the time.
Oh yeah, they're little planchets.
Exactly.
I know a few people that actually wore them off and engraved on it. Found barbers slicks.
Well, there's no numismatic value left to them when they're at that point. So you do what you do.
Same thing with the Rosies. Your best deal on half dollars, even though we most all go for the walkers. Me myself, I have more walkers than anything.
Yep.
But if you want more silver at a better price,
Yeah.
Shoot,
Kennedys are always in good shape.
shoot for the Kennedys.
Yep,
Absolutely.
always in good shape. I've got
Yep.
Kennedys that look like they just never saw public.
Yeah, like BU on circular
I'm
right out of
telling
the
you,
bag.
I just it's like they were never used.
And I've noticed that too. A lot of the Benjis too. You can find some nice, good Benjis.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think of it. And that's like Washington quarters. Now Washington quarters been around a long time. They started in 32. They stopped them in 1964 with silver. But if I'm buying Washington quarters, I don't go for the 30s and 40s. I try to do like late 50s to 64 because you're getting the most silver. And most of your 64, so your 60 to 64 Washington quarters are the ones with the most meat on them.
That's it. So there you have it. There you have it in a nutshell. All right, guys. Well, we've gone a little bit over our hour. This was packed, man. This was a good one. This was a
How
good
many
one.
people?
I think we peaked at like 32.
That's good. Yeah, we had some good conversations, and I've noticed a lot of people in the chat found it very interesting this stream this time.
Yep.
I think
Good,
more
good
organized.
participation. Good people. Good folks out there. Good, real good.
And I think this one was, we only did 2 so far, but I think this one was our better one yet.
Well, that's why I didn't want to do it weekly. I wanted to save it and just kind of make it,
Well, we messed up.
bi-weekly and make it, make it meaningful.
It's been a month since we did the last one, I think. Almost 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah, well, we were a week late.
Yeah, we did the one Wednesday.
Big thank you to everybody for showing up tonight. We really appreciate you. And be sure to check out Patriotic's channel if you haven't already. And I will have a video launching tomorrow night at 8, and of course Sunday, which I always do Sunday at 1. You don't want to miss that one.
And since I'm such a good person, I want to give you guys a fair warning because a lot of you guys are on my channel. I know none of you guys like the mining stocks and all that, blah, blah, blah. But just to warn you, I'm not like Dragons or Yankees. That's going to surprise you. This Sunday, I'm doing a mining stock video. So, I don't expect you to watch it. Just go on there, click the like button. If you want to comment, because on every mining stock video, I do a go-off. If you watch the video or you're there, or you comment, I give something away because if I'm going to make money, I want to give something back. Mm-hmm. So I know people don't want to watch it. I don't watch them either. Just fair warning, and hit the like button, comment so you can enter into the draw, and that's it.
Well, check us both out on me on Thursday and Sunday, and Patriotic on. I think you do Saturday and Sunday, right?
Saturday, Sunday. I'm gonna do a video tonight. I had one filmed, so I'm gonna get that out there.
All right. Well, look, in the meantime, you guys appreciate you stopping by. Great crowd tonight. Great conversation. And can't tell you how much you guys are appreciated. We really do. You guys stay safe out there. God bless the USA. Let's rock. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night, guys.
Good night.